faith. They want them to be big on faith, regardless of whether it's the Muslim faith or the Christian faith. They want them to respect their elders. They want them to believe in family, traditional family values, so on and so forth. And then these kids go out to school for 8 hours a day, where most of the time, historically, parents are not really aware what's happening outside the academic domain. So they can see their grades, but they don't know the conversations taking place between them and their friends, between them perhaps sometimes and teachers nowadays. So they're completely ambivalent to it. And then they go off to college. And then that's a whole other arena now that's changed in the last couple of decades and has shocked so many Americans, not just Middle Eastern Americans. And then they come back. They come back from college after their studies, whether they come back as doctors, they come back as lawyers, they come back as engineers, as pharmacists, and they look at their parents and they're like, my parents are primitive in the way they think. They're archaic. They're backwards. They're discriminatory. And then parents then, and this is a phenomenon that I noticed, parents are stuck between trying to maintain a good relationship with their adult children now, or losing that relationship because the parents want to stick to their beliefs. So it's either they don't talk about subject matters, or if they do, they have to walk it very carefully as to not offend their children and lose their ability to be around their kids and their grandkids for the rest of their life.
How do we let those kids know? And by the way, it's not just Middle Eastern kids.
It's everybody.
It's across the spectrum. How do we let those kids know that what they have to say is valuable, that what they think deserves discussion, and that we're not archaic? I'm going through the same thing. I've got 3 children, and it's fascinating. My oldest daughter's 31, my son's 27, and my baby is 21 and going to be 22. And there's a separation. And because we're parents, there's no book on parenting, really. You rely on what your parents taught you to a degree. And my mom and I felt like cats and dogs. I mean, but in her older years, I came back and I was really grateful for the things she taught me to respect, the things she forced me to learn and experience. And I hope I've shared that same structure with my children. It's natural that we want to deviate, but what can we do